Today we have brought you the latest Tesla news. GM is benchmarking Tesla Model Y in attempt to compete with the EV market leader. Tesla Giga Shanghai ships another batch of cars after resuming production. Tesla Superchargers are getting their cables cut and nobody really knows why. And Tesla tries to help Texas electric grid amid heatwave with in-car alert. Let's get into all the details. So let's get started. GM is benchmarking Tesla Model Y in attempt to compete with the EV market leader. General Motors is trying to step up its efforts to compete with the electric car market leader Tesla. To this end, the company is benchmarking the Tesla Model Y after having already tested the Tesla Model S, 3 and X vehicles. This suggests that the veteran American automaker is getting pretty serious in its modern electric vehicle program. GM's rollout of its modern electric vehicles has been quite deliberate, with the company only selling 26 battery electric cars in the fourth quarter of 2021. Yet the company has plans to launch 30 new EV models by the 2025 calendar year. Achieving such a goal would require GM to put the pedal to the metal in its efforts to develop and release its modern electric vehicle lineup. The efforts of the manufacturer are very commendable, since the electrification and rapid replacement of cars with an internal combustion engine is an important task. Although such deadlines seem completely unrealistic, the company is trying to do at least something right now. To succeed in EVs, GM will need to compete with the undisputed market leader Tesla. Realizing that its electric vehicles are the most desirable in the world for their high-end characteristics, GM decided to learn from Tesla. With this goal, the manufacturer compares different car models from the Texas-based manufacturer. Recent photos released by the GM Authority show a Tesla Model Y undergoing GM benchmarking. According to the Post, this was easily identified by small stickers located on each end of the rear bumper. GM will compete with the Model Y by bringing its Chevy Equinox EV and Chevy Blazer EV to the market. GM is hoping that a detailed study of Tesla's cars will give it the opportunity to improve its EVs and make them more competitive in the market. Previously, GM was spotted testing the Tesla Model S Plaid and Tesla Model X vehicles. In addition, it is reported that the manufacturer was studying the Smart Summon feature on the Tesla Model 3. Moving to the next update, Tesla Giga Shanghai ships another batch of cars after resuming production. Tesla China's wholesale figures may have seen a massive drop in April as Giga Shanghai was shut down amidst the country's anti-COVID measures, but May is shaping up to be completely different. This was highlighted recently when Tesla China exported its first batch of vehicles since Giga Shanghai resumed its vehicle production activities on April 19. Tesla Giga Shanghai has now sent the second batch of over 4,000 vehicles. Together with the first batch, shipped a few days ago, deliveries in the first 2 weeks of May will total about 9,000 to 10,000 vehicles. Tesla shipped a new batch of more than 4,000 vehicles exported from Giga Shanghai on Sunday, local news outlet News reported. This demonstrates that the factory continues to operate under the challenging conditions of the ongoing COVID-19 lockdown in the city. The vehicles were loaded into the Shanghai Nangan terminal on the morning of May 15, which is the second batch of vehicles exported from the Shanghai factory this week. On May 11, the carrier vessel Glavis Splendor sailed for Europe with 4,767 Tesla vehicles to the port of Koper, Slovenia. This marked the first export of electric vehicles since the resumption of production at Giga Shanghai. Giga Shanghai is the largest Tesla export hub, and about half of all shipments of the company in 2021 came from China. That is why it is critical to ramp up factory production there to fulfill orders as quickly as possible. Giga Shanghai stopped production for 3 weeks, starting March 28, and officially resumed operations on April 19. So far, the Tesla factory has exported about 9,000 to 10,000 vehicles in the first 2 weeks of May. With the gradual resumption of work of all its suppliers, the manufacturer will be able to reach the pre-quarantine level of production. For now, Giga Texas and Giga Berlin are actively working to partially offset production shutdowns in China, which should allow Tesla to maintain Q2 deliveries at the level of Q1 2022 and possibly even increase them. Moving to the next update, Tesla Superchargers are getting their cables cut, and nobody really knows why. Some Tesla Supercharger stations are getting their cables cut by vandals, and nobody can really pinpoint the reasons why. Images of damaged Tesla Superchargers have been shared in recent weeks on platforms such as Reddit. In one Cincinnati Supercharger, for example, a supercharger site was attacked to such a degree that only an inch or so of the charging cables were left on the damaged stalls. A Tesla technician who went over to replace the damaged cables had reportedly informed an EV advocate who took photos of the site that the vandalism had already happened twice in the span of a week. The charger stalls that were damaged happened to be just out of sight of security cameras as well. Considering that the vandals were only leaving very little of the charging cables, speculations suggested that the perpetrators were probably selling copper from the cables for scrap. This seemed to be the likely explanation for the electric vehicle charging station attacks, but an incident at an urban supercharger in Los Angeles suggested that something else may be motivating some vandals. A short video posted on Reddit showed that a series of urban superchargers had their cables cut, similar to their counterparts in Cincinnati. In the case of the lot chargers, however, each damaged stall still had several inches worth of cabling left. This does not make much sense if the vandals' goal was to acquire as much copper as possible from the rapid charging stations. The reasons behind the supercharger attacks remain to be seen, though the incidents are undoubtedly a nuisance for Tesla owners across the United States. After all, IC charging stalls are annoying, but superchargers with damaged charging cables are even worse. Hopefully, Tesla could initiate a program against such acts of vandalism, at least before the company opens the supercharger network to other electric vehicles. Moving to the last update, Tesla tries to help Texas electric grid amid heatwave with in-car alert. Tesla is trying to help the grid in its new home state of Texas as rising temperatures is resulting in new record electricity demand in the state. The automaker is pushing a new in-car alert to encourage off-peak charging. Texas has a notoriously fragile grid that is having issues supporting increasing peak electricity demand. The issues have mostly come in the winter amid cold fronts, but the state's electric grid is now not handling these early summer temperatures very well. The Electric Reliability Council of Texas, ERCOT, announced that 6 power generation facilities tripped offline yesterday. In a statement propagated yesterday, ERCOT commented asked Texans to limit their electricity usage between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Interestingly, Tesla picked up the statement and shared the advice with its fleet of electric vehicle owners in Texas. In a new in-car notification, the automaker recommended to owners not to charge during peak hours. Tesla wrote the following: "A heat wave is expected to impact the grid in Texas over the next few days. The grid operator recommends to avoid charging during peak hours between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m., if possible, to help statewide efforts to manage demand." While Tesla is most known in Texas for its Gigafactory in Austin and moving its headquarters there last year, the company also has important plans to help the electric grid in the state. The company has deployed a big energy storage project made of 81 megapacks, and it plans to deploy a lot more residential storage and solar. Tesla is installing solar roofs and power walls at new homes in a giant new residential project in Austin, Texas, and its energy division, Tesla Energy, is expected to do more on that front since officially entering Texas's mostly deregulated energy market. That's it for now. So what are your thoughts about this? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned at the Electric Arena for all the latest Tesla and electric vehicle news.